recently it's come out that Cardi B and Offset, they got married. Secretly.
Oh, they did. Congratulations.
What are your thoughts on marriage these days?
Marriage is something that I think is a beautiful thing. If you're able to find that one person, and I believe there's someone out there for everyone, then why not make the commitment to build with them? I think nowadays it's just marriage doesn't exist very often. You know, the divorce rate is so high. There's so much infidelity. There's no trust. There's no loyalty. And it's the society that we live in, unfortunately. But I can't say I'm against it. You know, if that day comes and I find my Prince Charming and get married, it'll be a beautiful thing. And if not, then I don't. I'm not disappointed. I'm so happy right now in my life with everything I got going on. My career is exactly where it needs to be, and it's just going to keep moving forward. So,
has anybody ever proposed to you or gotten close to proposing?
Oh, Jesus. Yes. I've had 5 people propose to me in my life. I've been engaged once, and that's it. Never married.
What happened with the engagement? Why didn't it work?
I'm gonna be honest. I was too young. I was way too young, and it was at the very beginning of my modeling career. Very, very good friend, and I don't want to kill our friendship of years into trying to move forward on something that I feel like we weren't strong enough. And it was just more so of being very young. You know, just being in your 20s, early 20s at that point, and, you know, locking down with marriage when I'm still had so much to do with my career. For me, I didn't feel like I was ready for it.
This was your judgment call, or did maybe people closely, friends and relatives say something like, yo, you're too young for this, or what?
I'm going to be honest with you, it was my judgment call. My family actually wanted me to get married. So I was kind of like the oddball out because my parents wanted me to get married. You know, my dad's a little old fashioned, so he was like, I don't know. But my mom was all for it. My sister, like my family was all for it. So it wasn't that. Very good guy, everything. But I just felt like it wasn't the right time or decision for me.
Hindsight 2020, was that the best decision-making call there?
Yeah. Yeah, moving forward. I just feel like maybe in my career I wouldn't be where I was at. You take a lot of sacrifice when you're doing certain things for your career at times. Family still comes first, but I also know that I create my own destiny, as I stated. So I have to do what I have to do.
You've been proposed 5 times, only 1 was an engagement. So that means when you're proposed the other 4 times, you deny the proposal then and there?
Correct. When I tell you the other 4 proposals, there was only 1 that to me was legit. The other ones, we weren't serious. We had just started date. Like this was literally like 2 months in. The other one was 4 months in, and the other was 6. Like it wasn't. I feel like you have to know someone way longer than that to even consider marriage. Marriage is a lifetime thing. It's not something you do and then let's go get divorced. It's forever. You know, and it has to be a person that you're gonna build with. So if we're not gonna build together and I don't even know you, it's just not gonna work.
What are you doing that's causing men to want to propose so quick? Because I've heard of people proposing after years. We were talking months here.
No, these are months.
We're talking 2, 4, 6. I mean, that's...
It's kind of scary. I'm going to be honest. And 2 of those people I was never involved with. I was never involved with them sexually or any type of adult level. We literally were just this is the beginning of a relationship or friendship trying to build and learn each other. So it completely threw me off guard. And I just feel like if you're going to, and I'm not going to say it's completely against it. I know people that have met and 2 weeks later got married and are still married. For me, I just feel like it doesn't work like that. I just feel like for me, I need to really get to know someone and know that it's real because there's so much I want to do and build. So I need someone that's on that same level.
So these other 4 proposals, they're getting down on one knee doing the ring thing or not? Or are they just saying, you know what, I want to marry you?
3 did the whole down on one knee ring thing.
And you said right then and there, no.
Yeah, to 2 of them.
How awkward of a situation is that?
It was kind of awkward, but I was thrown off guard, like completely off of guard. What I'm telling you, we weren't and we weren't serious. We were not living together. We had went on a couple of dinner dates, few lunches, good conversation. That was it. So yeah, it was kind of, I was thrown off guard completely.
The one that you actually did get engaged with, how long of the engagement before you broke it off?
We were engaged for
6 months?
about 4 to 6 months, if I can remember. It's been a while, but it's about 4 to 6 months we were engaged. And I just saw changes taking place in general within ourselves and our lives. So at that point, it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't for us and where we were at, it wasn't the right time for us to jump into marriage.
Was this publicized? Like, did you put it out on social media? I don't know how long ago it was, but was this like put on social media, like I said yes, or that type of thing?
No. One thing about me, and I'm trying to get better at it, I like to keep my personal life private as can be. Being in the industry and learning things, there is just certain things you keep to yourself, and there's certain things that you tell the world. Personally, what goes on in my house is my business. So it's not something I would publicize. Even at this point, if I was to be engaged, I would not at this point tell anyone.
Now, let's say somebody's watching this, a female at that, and somebody, proposes to her. Or maybe this hasn't happened yet, but somebody proposes, down the line in the future, somebody's going to propose to them. Saying yes or no right then and there can be a tough thing. Any advice? I mean, circumstances could be different for everybody, but any general advice, because you have gone through 5 proposals, 1 engagement, any advice when that time does happen and they're presented with that "I want to marry you" situation? What's the guidance there? What's the words there?
You have to be happy. That's the most important thing, and you have to know that he's for you. So in a relationship, and it's hard, relationships aren't easy nowadays. They are difficult. But you have to be there for each other for the right reasons. It can't be because he has money. It can't be because she's on her way to the top. It can't be because my mom wants me to marry him. It has to be for you. So it has to be the reason that you want to marry him is because that is who you think is for you. The love has to be there, and the support is the biggest thing. For me, it has to be someone that supports everything. I feel like if you really love someone, you're going to support what they do. And if you really love someone, you're also going to tell them when you don't support them and the reasoning behind it if you feel like it's not something that's good for them. You're always going to want the best interests for that person if you really love them.
You did mention at the top of the segment you don't really see too many people marrying these days or something of that nature.
Correct.
Why do you think it is harder to stay married these days compared to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago?
Times are completely different. I think the respect has gone down a lot within ourselves as people in general. And we don't expect very much anymore. We're okay with just being okay. And a lot of society is like that. I mean, I can't speak on everyone's behalf on why marriages don't work. For me, I just feel like infidelity is okay now. So a lot of times you have those people that just want that one person and they want to settle down, but they feel like that will never come because of how society has portrayed. It's okay to have 2 women or 2 men or just sleep around or just, do whatever. It doesn't even matter anymore. So hopefully it changes.
Were your parents married?
My parents were not. No, they were not legally married, but they were together for 25 years. And I see a lot of that too. I see a lot of people that have been together for 7, 10, 15 years, but never actually get married.
Are they're not together at this point?
My parents, nope, they are not.
One person passed away or they just broke up? Or?
No, they're both still living. My mom actually remarried, so I had a stepfather, which he did pass about a year ago, bless his heart. But they were together for 20 years after that. So it was a long time. So he was definitely a great stepfather as well. But no, they weren't together.